straight to Chelsea then and their search for a forward. Right, Mark, what's happening with Anthony Godon?
This is a developing story, and he's been one of those players that's been courting interest from a number of Premier League sides throughout the course of this summer. Newcastle, Tottenham at the beginning of the window, and most recently, Chelsea. Now, like I say, developing because we've been seeing some information come out this morning, actually, regards to Chelsea's interest. There were reports over the course of the weekend that a £40 million bid had been lodged by Chelsea to Everton for his services. However, our understanding is there was no official bid. At this stage, it's just interest from Chelsea. Everton's stance is very simple. He's not for sale, and Frank Lampard sees him as a huge part of what they're looking to do this season. A player that's been at the club for a number of years, made his debut back in 2017, and has so much potential and promise. You speak to anyone that knows the sort of game, any scouts that I've spoken to, they all speak very highly of Anthony Godon and his potential, so you can understand exactly why Frank Lampard would want to build a side around him, particularly when they're struggling in those attacking options. He is going to be a key part of his squad this season. From the Chelsea side of things then, Sam, did this interest surprise you?
Yeah, I think it did. Obviously, we know last season was his breakout season. You know, he played 62 games for Everton. He was probably one of their standout performers as well. But at the same time, I think knowing what Chelsea need in terms of output going forward, we're going to go on to that soon, but we've seen that the strikers and their forwards haven't really scored as many goals as you'd expect them. Tuchel has spoken about it as well. You can see his emotions when their strikers or wingers aren't able to score goals. So for him to have, 4 goals and 8 assists last season, even though we know that that's not all his game, he's one of those forwards that, he's a modern day wide man. He constantly works. He's in the heart of everything that Everton are doing. But at the same time, I think if you're looking at Chelsea and what they need, I don't think he is that profile right now.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Because obviously